Good morning, everyone. Good evening, and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzimos, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-growth. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us. Give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and thank you for your love and support. Now, in this video, in this podcast, I would like to talk about spiritual glasses. Now, I would like to make you guys aware that the life post-awakening is not the same. So the life you're living post-awakening is never going to be the same like the life that you've always lived before. So by spiritual glasses, what I mean is that when you awaken, eventually, the universe will hand over to you the spiritual glasses. So the universe will activate you. The universe is going to activate you and give you the opportunity to wear these spiritual glasses so that you can be able to look beyond the illusion. Now, one thing I want to make you guys aware is that these events of awakening happen naturally. This is sometimes, it can happen in a way that people can just awaken naturally. Or there are sometimes people who get into some practices, sometimes people get into meditation or things like that, some form of spiritual practices, and these practices can actually cause them to awaken. Now, in whichever way you want to look at it, when you awaken, you are never going to be the same person again. You are never going to be the same again. Everything around you will change. And you also have to remember that the people that you're seeing in front of you post-awakening, they're the same people that you used to see before. But eventually you're noticing that actually you are looking at a different version of people. Now, I want you guys to listen very closely to this one. Post-awakening, the people that you're seeing in front of you, they are the same people that you used to know many years ago, before awakening. But now, you're looking at these individuals with the spiritual glasses. So what do I mean by this is that these glasses do not allow you to see things the way you want them to be. For example, you might have been in those kind of dysfunctional families. You might have always believed everything they have always told you. You might have always believed the lies, the illusions, the chaos, all these kind of things. But at the moment when you awaken, ladies and gentlemen, you will wear the spiritual glasses. You will never see your fathers, your mothers, your brothers, your sisters the same way that you used to see them before. Do you know the basic reason why the black sheep were the first ones to leave those families? Because the black sheep in those families were the first ones to awaken. In those families, we were the first one to awaken. The first thing what we do, we get out of those families because finally we see what is going on in those units. The first thing what we do, we extract ourselves out of those units. The reason why these things is happening is because you have been fed a lot of lies over the years. You have been fed lies in schools. Your teachers were telling you a lot of bogus things you don't even need. You've been fed a lot of lies in churches. A lot of you were born in churches, the Bible was your best friend. You are learning this and you are learning that. But now you're wearing spiritual glasses and you're realizing all these things around you, the things and the people, events and places, the things you have always known to be true. Everything is a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot wear spiritual glasses when you're not ready. I will guarantee you this from experience. Most of the times when you see the things that you used to know, the people that you used to know, when you ever encounter those kind of individuals in your life, of course, eventually post-awakening, you may see some of them trying to come back into your life. It could be family members, it could be friends. When they're coming back into your life, it is even going to make you sometimes sick in the stomach. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. When you wear spiritual glasses, and you try to go back to that same lifestyle. And when I'm talking about these things, I'm talking about, it can be lifestyle, it can be people, it can be things that you used to do. So it is the life that you used to know before awakening. Believe me, sometimes even you might find a problem. You might have a very difficult time consuming alcohol. You realize that now, because you're wearing these spiritual glasses, whenever you consume alcohol, before it wasn't a problem before. You know, many couple of months ago, before you awakened, it was not a problem. But now you're consuming alcohol and you're realizing this alcohol is even making you sick. Sometimes you're meeting a lot of these family members. You know, if you're a person who has left families behind, sometimes you're going back into those families, things like that. They are even sometimes the moment you meet these kind of individuals, you are feeling sick in the stomach. Ladies and gentlemen, the life post-awakening is not the same. You are able to see your parents. It does not matter who they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not matter how much you thought you loved your parents. It does not matter how much you thought you loved your brothers and sisters. It does not matter anything, anybody that has ever known you before. It is one of the reasons why you're going to see a lot of people start unplugging out of your life, because at that moment, they can feel your energy. You know, there are some of these things that they don't teach you in schools. When you're talking about things like spirituality, the stuff like that, they will not teach you these things in schools. But you are going to be able to understand people for who they are. You are going to be able to see your parents. What exactly is going on with your parents? What is the problem with them? And you cannot... Another thing you have to go to be aware of, guys, you cannot remove the spiritual glasses. When you wear them, when the universe has chosen you to wear these spiritual glasses, you cannot take them off. You can usually take off these normal, you know, the ordinary glasses you wear, the sunglasses. You can take them off and put them away. You cannot put away the spiritual glasses. Anytime a person is fake, anytime a person is not real with you, a situation is not real with you, let me tell you something. A lot of people will be surprised. I've seen it along my journey. Many times I do videos and people come around and they're like, wow, how do you know this? I don't know even where you're getting your information. How do you know this and how do you know that? Guys, let me tell you something. Spiritual glasses, they are worn by people who have been appointed by the universe. And the very moment you wear those glasses, you're going to speak a new language. So you will start seeing a lot of these things happening around you. You know, you will get a lot of language. You will get downloads. You wear the glasses, you will start getting spiritual downloads. You will start understanding the life behind the life that you've always known, if that makes sense. So your parents, as much as you have thought that you have always loved them over the years, you're going to for the very first time, you will understand that these people, they are evil sometimes. You know, if you have been, of course, I don't say all families are the same. You may have had families whereby people have always meant well for you, so there hasn't been any kind of toxicity, you know, manipulation, you know, distraction. So they may have been family members who have been straight with you over the years. You know, you could also still have families whereby there have been family members that are empaths. You will not usually get a problem with those kind of individuals, because now you're starting to separate, or what do they call this? So you're starting to understand the separation between the good and the bad. So the good and evil. So now you start to separate the good ones from the bad ones. You know what I mean? Because you're wearing the spiritual glasses. Nobody can ever lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. You will be able to look at people. It will seem as if you're looking at people through glass. It is like people that are standing the other side. And you're looking at them through the glass. You can completely see what is behind those individuals. It is impossible for anybody to come around and tell you some lies. Let me tell you something, people. You do not joke with spiritual people. You're becoming more spiritual, and you can see people through the screen. It feels as if anytime people come around you, you can see. It's like you're looking at them through an X-ray. You know what I mean? Anybody does not have good intentions for you, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, those people, they can't hide from you. They may get away with you. They may get away in a day or two. They may fool you, maybe a day or two. You are going to catch up with them. It doesn't matter who they are. Because your discernment is at a high. You're seeing a lot of things. You know a lot of things. Sometimes you can even, most of the times, your aura will amplify, whereby sometimes when a person comes into your energy space with the wrong intentions, even your body is going to become sick. Sometimes you will feel your body reacting to that energy because your body can feel that person's energy is not clean. So when they have like bad intentions for you, you will almost sniff them from afar, and you'll be able to keep them away. So the life after spiritual glasses, ladies and gentlemen, when you wear those glasses, you will never take them off. That is number one. And secondly, the life that you've always known to be true, it is going to become very obvious for you that that life that you've always known, people that you've always known before, those people, they are not the same people that you've always seen. I've over and over again told you guys in my videos. You may sometimes decide to, some people may want to cling on to friends, old circles, family members, old habits. But your vibration, remember that you are raising each and every single day. You're doing things that are raising your vibration, and the higher you raise your vibration, is the higher your frequency. So your frequency can no longer attract those same things that you used to have before around you. You won't be starting seeing people from a distance. You know what I mean? You will be able to see people from a distance. You will see your family members. You will see friends. You will see relatives. You will see, you may be a person who liked eating a different type of food, and all of a sudden now you're walking around and it's like you're eating that food in the shops, in the shelves, in the stores. You can no longer look at that food because it makes you sick automatically. You look at that food. If a person used to consume a lot of meat, greasy foods, things like that, eventually you're coming around and look. The sight of that food makes you sick. So it is not everybody that can wear these glasses. These glasses, they're only worn by appointment. The universe will appoint who is ready and who isn't. If you're not ready to wear those glasses, it does not matter. That's the reason why you see sometimes when we wake, most of us who are waking. So you're going around sometimes and you're trying to explain to people, listen, guys, this is what is happening. It's like you want to slap the people in front of you. It's like they cannot see it and you want to slap them, So in the beginning of those working process, when you start to wear those glasses and you start to see the truth, sometimes you meet people around you and you explain to them things and it's like they are zombies. It's like somebody's in front of you, you're telling them, hey, listen, you're showing them. It's like you want to slap them in the face because it's like they're watching you, but they cannot see what you're telling them. Guys, is very scary sometimes even. You're going to recognize at that moment that the zombies, they have already seen the movies. These zombies, you guys have been seeing those movies, zombies, whatever it is, a lot of movies about zombies. You are going to recognize that the zombies that they've always talked about in movies, they are everywhere. They are everywhere. It's just because that normally when you are asleep, you cannot see these people. But you're going to recognize that the zombies, they're already here. They are everywhere. Because you'll be able to see them, And guys, it is even very funny. Sometimes you see those people, normally they will come around dressed in suits, they are coming, they are very cunning. They will be, nicely dressed, put the best clothes, the most recent makeups and things like that. But let me tell you something, a person with spiritual glasses, you're looking past the makeup. You're looking past the Gucci's, you're looking past the Versace's. You do not care what they are wearing. You are seeing beyond the veil. You are seeing people's spirits. So sometimes people, they're coming around and they're very cunning and they want to manipulate you, steal from you. You've already seen them from miles away. You've already seen them. Sometimes even your energy, it can feel people coming from a distance. A person may be plotting something and they're driving their car from a distance. You will feel that there is some energy coming from somewhere. You just don't really know where it's coming from, but you can feel that energy coming towards you. So you do not joke with spiritual people. When you are not ready, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot wear those spiritual glasses, because a lot of things are going to change. You'll eventually realize that you're in a job, it's not helping you. You're not evolving. You're in a job, you've been stuck in that job for years, and now you're starting to look back in time. And you're thinking that you've been doing this job for last 10 years. And then you're looking at your progress in life. You're thinking that there is something wrong with this with this situation. How come you've been doing this job for years? 10 years, sometimes you've been, sometimes you might even have been a person who has committed almost half of your life in a company or in a corporation. But now you're looking back, because now you wear the glasses. The universe has activated you. You're wearing the glasses and you're thinking that that job is not for me. I've been in this place for 15 years. I don't even know how I spent all this time in that place. So that's the reason why you see sometimes guys who are activated, the very first thing they do, they step out of their jobs, because now they can see the truth. They can see that they have been used in corporations as robots. Sometimes you go back to your job after waking up, you realize that actually that job is making you sick. For the very first time after many years of working with them, you will realize that job is making you sick. You cannot stand that noise. You cannot stand the environment of that place. Sometimes even picking up your bags and signing out of that office. Family, you walk out. Friendships, you're starting to cancel friendships that you've always had before. So a lot of people that you've always been with before, you're always realizing that now those individuals, you can see them. Sometimes they're coming around and trying to tell you things. And guys, it's going to be very scary. Sometimes, these things we talk about here, it is a moment in the, you get used to it over the time, because there's a time comes where you start getting relaxed and you're no longer struggling with it. But in the beginning, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. For a lot of you guys who have been involved with those narcissists, those kind of those narcissists and whatever, psychopaths, you're going to recognize those individuals for the very first time. You're looking at them behind the veil. You're going to see they are going to see them the moment you snap, because that moment of the switch, when you snap, that's exactly when you wear those spiritual glasses. So you have got a chakra which is around. It's called the third eye chakra is activated. So a lot of guys, they don't know what is this, but a lot of guys who are waking up, you will be activated. That chakra will activate, and sometimes it allows you to look through the spiritual realm. So that's when you see a lot of times, you guys who have been activated, most of the times you will see a lot of these narcissists. It's like you're seeing these beasts now. For the very first time, you're seeing those black eyes are showing up. All of a sudden, you see that man that you used to see before. You're no longer seeing them the same. You're seeing something has changed with their faces, facial expressions. You can tap into the spiritual world in that moment, because that moment is very powerful. It is a very powerful moment, ladies and gentlemen. That moment of awakening is very powerful. You are wearing those glasses. You're looking behind the veil. And sometimes people, you will see, they can feel your energy. There's people around you, they will feel your energy. They will feel as if there's something. They don't understand what is going on with you, but they feel something has changed around you, So this thing used to happen to me, and I thought that, was it me, or was it? Because remember, guys, I've told you, when I was waking up, I did not know all these dynamics of this thing of what is going on behind the veil. I didn't know all these things. Then at some point I thought, was it me? What is it? Something happened? I didn't know what was going on. So it kind of shocked me in the beginning, because I noticed that there is people who are starting to give me some distance. There's people I used to know those days, and they're starting to give me a distance. They're like, we don't really know what's happening to Denzo, and they are thinking like, let's give him a little bit of a distance, and because they want to figure out what is going on with you. Because remember, guys, you are moving away from the 3D. When you wear those glasses, they are pushing, they're taking you away from this, the 3D. You're moving to a higher frequency. So it's like those people, they feel that detachment. They feel that energy that you're embodying at that moment. And sometimes it scares them, and they can sometimes move away from you. and especially if there have been a lot of Decepticons in your life, they are the very first ones who are going to run. So sometimes you see these narcissists, you guys have been involved with those narcissists. You will see them, they are separating, they are trying to give you a distance because they can feel a very big shift in your energy and they don't understand what has happened, but they can feel that shift. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, I want you to go back to my videos. I've said the narcissists, they will know when you're awakening. They will know when you're awakening. They will feel that energy has shifted. There's not the same energy you're giving them like before. So they can feel that shift. It's not only the narcissists. A lot of people who have not been straight with you over the years, a lot of those individuals, they will feel that energy. And sometimes you will see them shifting a little bit away from you. You know what I mean? So as you keep on going, of course, I've told you guys, the more you wear those glasses, those spiritual glasses, you've been activated, you awakened. So you're going to go down the rabbit hole, because now you're starting to see this other world that you didn't know before. You started to understand the spiritual world. You started to see a lot of these Decepticons. You started to see a lot of dark activity happening behind the veil. And now you're going down the rabbit hole because you want to find out more. So the more you find out, the more you know, the more you dig. And the more you dig, the more you know. So the more you know, the more you dig. So you keep on going down the rabbit hole. And that is how you're able to get enlightened, because now you have got the information in your hands. So you are now starting to decide and to choose what to do with this information. Are you going to help people? Because remember that there's a lot of people in the dark. So there's a lot of people you've left behind who are still sleeping. Like you already know at some point you've been asleep. So now you want to see how can you help people. You know what I mean? So for me in those days, I remember I was making a conscious decision that I was going to help people dealing with narcissism, because I had finally discovered what was happening. And not only was I understanding what was narcissism, I was also understanding that this whole thing was demonic. So it had nothing to do with these books, what the books are telling people about these mental disorders and this kind of stuff, personality disorders. So it has nothing to do with someone's personality. A person does not get a personality disorder which is causing that amount of damage to other individuals, and then you're coming around and telling people that they've got a personality disorder, So the only thing what they are hiding, basically, they are just trying to sugarcoat it a little bit so that they don't want to tell these narcissists what is the truth. So basically, that thing is like a mere it's like rubbing a little bit of honey on the top, so that these narcissists will not really understand what exactly is going on behind the veil. You know what I mean? So that they will say, okay, so they have a personality disorder, so they will just take it like that. If they have got a personality disorder, why are there institutions that are addressing those kind of problems with those individuals? Because this is a real epidemic. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. For the most of you guys who are not awakened, narcissism is the biggest epidemic per se in this universe. And the society is still breeding a lot of these narcissists. You see them around social media, you see them families, you see them in your churches. You can imagine even church leaders now, they're narcissists, a lot of them. I don't tell you guys to go around and start scanning your pastors and whatever. But I'll guarantee you a lot of times that you realize it later on that even your own pastors are narcissists. You can imagine a person coming around and telling you to read a certain chapter from a book, and that person is completely doing different things, destroying other individuals behind the scenes. So we are able to look behind the veil. It does not matter which kind of pastor it is. It does not matter how anointed they think they are. We shall see them for who they are, because we have got that discernment. And these things take time. It's a progress. It's a work in progress. So these are things, enlightenment is a journey. You don't just wake up all of a sudden and everything comes to you all of a sudden. Oh, it's like you know everything over. No. This thing is a step. You start knowing things and seeing things one by one, step by step, bit by bit. One thing at a time. You know what I mean? The universe will not come around and overwhelm you with things all of a sudden that, oh, okay, so you have awakened, you have got the glasses, okay, so the universe will not bump everything in your face. Because if that happens, you can go in shock. If that happens whereby the universe is going to just dump everything in front of you in your face, whereby you're now seeing a lot of millions of stuff, it is going to overwhelm you. You cannot handle that energy. So the universe will move you in bits, slowly by slowly. Enlightenment is a process. It's a journey. You learn one thing after the other. You keep on learning every day, one by one. Of course, some things will come to you by downloads, because I've told you guys, when you wear these spiritual glasses, you are reading the entire script of the universe. So you are seeing a lot of things and you're reading a lot of things that other people cannot see around you. So that's the reason why you see sometimes these things, they cause some people to call you crazy. They're like, oh, this guy is crazy. You know, what the heck is he talking about? You know, people, they'll label you names. And you do not take it personal, ladies and gentlemen. When people are starting to use those kind of things against you, names, do not take it personal. You need to understand they are evolving at their own time. Everybody has got their own way to evolve. They have got their own time. When their time comes and the universe feels they are ready, the universe is going to activate them and they will get to your position at some point. They will see what you're seeing and they will know what you're knowing. So that's why sometimes you see, along your journey of enlightenment, you sometimes see people who are trying to pop back into your life because initially they have called you crazy. It could be family members even sometimes. They have initially called you crazy. They have gotten out of your life. You know, they have separated themselves out of your life. Or you have done the same, vice versa. It can be vice versa. But many years down the road, you recognize that there is some of those individuals, they are trying to find a way to pop back into your life because finally they get it. Finally, they get it. They now understand that you're not as crazy as they thought you were. You know, they know this guy, probably 3-4 years ago, they said something. And now these guys who called you crazy back then, they are now seeing that thing that you've told them 4 years ago. Now they are trying to pop back into your life so that they can get more knowledge and enlightenment. Probably they need some more information because they are now seeing something that you've told them, you've tried to make them see many years ago. Could even sometimes be months. So you take it one step at a time, ladies and gentlemen. You have got to know it is only people who are ready. They will be chosen to wear those spiritual glasses. Not everybody on this universe will have that opportunity to do that. You will usually have the chance to help individuals because the reason of this whole enlightenment process is to help other individuals, get them out of the dark place. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they are very much deep into the dark. So you're getting out people from the darkness and bringing them out into the light so that they can be able to shine and live their lives authentically. You know, because the person who is wearing spiritual glasses, you're no longer faking things. You do not have a chance to fake things. You do not even want to do that. It's not even your taste anymore. You're trying to be as authentic as you can. Because it is through authenticity that you're able to help people. Because if you come around and just trying to sugarcoat things because you want people to like you, you know, you're just coming around for the likes, for the validation, then I think you're not on the right path. So with the spiritual glasses, you're able to shine authentically. It is through authenticity that you're able to reach out to other individuals around you and help them in so many different kinds of ways, to give them some form of enlightenment and sometimes help get them out of dark spots. That's the reason why I've called my channel from the beginning. We're talking about 3 years ago, Breaking Empaths Free. So you do not worry about your purpose. Don't worry about, because at that moment, which is another video is going to come out very soon. That video is going to be called Divine GPS. So you will usually know how to navigate. You know, it's like some kind of a navigation, a sat-nav, you know, the way how to navigate using spiritual knowledge and wisdom. You know what I mean? You are no longer navigating using the same, doing it like everybody else. You have got your own way, how the divine guides your life each and every single day. You know what I mean? So that video will be coming up when the time comes. I'll drop the video. So guys, of course, it's just to let you know that you're not ready. If you're not ready for this, you cannot wear the glasses. You know, these are glasses. Not everybody can wear. Everybody will wear them at their own time. You know what I mean? and everything is a process. So guys, you already know, guys, you know that I love and appreciate your support. You would always book a session with me if you want to. You can donate to my channel if you want to. All the links you need, you will find them in the description section below. And until then, guys, don't forget to like the page, like the video, share, you may subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in my next one. Desmos signing out. Have a nice one. Peace.